Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy and this is Happiness Created. I have a really great video for you, so let's just get into it. DIY number 1. I found these really huge pine cones at the Dollar Tree. I've never seen them before or since. But anyway, so I picked up 4 of them and I think they're beautiful. So I'm taking some of those starter pots from the Dollar Tree, and I used my terracotta paint, and I used it in the color red clay, shale green, fresh granite, and cool concrete. Okay, so now I have those 2 blocks that you can see right there. They're those decor pieces from the Dollar Tree, and I just hot glued and wood glued them together. I took all of the paper, or well, as much of the paper off as I could, and the stickers. So now I am taking some of that cork sheet, and I'm just going to cover the bottom. That serves 2 purposes. It covers the ugly, and it will protect whatever you put this on. So now I'm taking some hot glue and one of those fuzzy white towel things from the automotive section, and I'm just going to hot glue that right to the top of these blocks. And then once I am done with that, I'm just snipping off the excess. And then I have this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's big fluffy yarn. I don't know what it's called, but I did just show you the packaging. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to hot glue it to the sides of these blocks. And I do 2 rows. The first row is to kind of cover where I cut. And then the other one is just to cover the rest of the base. Now that that's done, I'm taking my pots and I have some rocks and I'm just going to fill them with the rocks. And then I will just hot glue these pine cones right inside of these pots. And I do that with all 4 of them. And now that they're somewhat dry, I am taking some Mod Podge and I'm going over the tips of all of the pine cones. And then I'm going to use that diamond dust to sprinkle it on. And yeah, this is going to make it nice and glittery and sparkly and lovely. Once I get all 4 of them done, I'm going to hot glue them into place on this little base. And now I didn't glue the center, like the middle of the white cloth. I just did the edges. Make sure you could do the whole thing because it started pulling up on me. So I did make a slit in it so that I could stuff some hot glue in there. So anyway, I got them all glued down and now I'm taking some Mod Podge and I'm going over the base, like the white fuzzy thing. And then I'm going to sprinkle more of that diamond dust stuff on the base so that it sparkles as well. that I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put on there. And I came up with these little Christmas packages from the Dollar Tree. So I took out the silver and the red. I thought those were the two that went best with it. So, and then I know it's hard to see because of where my camera is, but I just stack a couple in between the trees, and it just looks so stinking adorable. And that's it for this one. I think it's so adorable. I love this thing. I can't believe how big these pine cones are. Anyway, I hope that you guys like this as much as I do. Let me know what you guys think. So I wanted to let you guys know that I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee account if you wanted to help out with my craft supplies. I will have all of those links in my description box down below. Now on to DIY number 2, and I apologize if you can hear my dogs playing with their toys, so I took one of these decor pieces from the Dollar Tree, and I did put some cork on the bottom of this one as well. So I'm also taking one of those hoops from that 3-pack that you get at the Dollar Tree, or a 2-pack. Maybe it's 2-pack. Anyway, I took the biggest one, and I'm taking some Jenga blocks, and I'm just going to hot glue them to hold it in place. Then I take this white Waverly chalk paint, and I cover the entire thing. Now I'm taking some Christmas balls, and I am just adding some pink, like a very pale pink thread to hang them with. And then once I get the ones strung that I wanted, I'm just going to wrap it around the loop or the hoop a few times and hot glue it into place. And don't worry, you won't see the hot glue later. So I do that with 3 of the bigger balls. You know what I mean. So then I'm going to take some of that frosted greenery from the Dollar Tree. Boy, their greenery for Christmas is amazing. But anyway, so I'm going to take a bunch of it, and I'm just going to hot glue it right to the base. And I'm even doing some in the back just to kind of give it like a finished look. And I guess that way you could use it in the center of a table possibly, because the back will be mostly finished, and you'll see what I mean by mostly in a second. Now once I'm done gluing all of that down, I have some of these pink poinsettias from the Dollar Tree, and I took a couple off. I wasn't sure where I was going to put it or put them. And once I decided where it was going to go, it was the balls were too low, so it was kind of rubbing on the poinsettia, kind of hiding it actually. So what I'm going to do in a couple of seconds, well, I'm going to do it right now actually. I'm just going to wrap it around the hoop. Oh my good grief. A couple of times just to raise them all up a little bit. And I do that with all 3 of them so that they stay even. And then, yeah, I give it a little more hot glue. Then I'm going to take that poinsettia, and I am going to just hot glue it right in the center of the hoop and the base. And then once that's glued into place, I'm going to take some more of the fairy lights that I got from that company on for you. I will have the link in my description box down below. And I'm just going to take the lights, I'm going to wrap them around the base, just where the flowers are, or the greenery. And I'm also going to wrap it around the entire hoop. And once I got them all wrapped, I'm just going to hot glue the battery pack to the back of this project. And that's what I meant by it'll mostly be like completed in the back because I'm gluing the battery pack back there. So if you do that, make sure that you glue it so that the screws are on the outside so that you can get to the battery if you need to change it. And then I just hot glued the smaller piece of wire just so it wasn't sticking out. Then I'm just going to adjust the lights. And then I'm going to take some of the smaller balls and I am going to place them kind of sporadically. I do 3 on each side and they're kind of leaning. And then I'm just going to add a few in with the greenery. And then lastly, I'm going to take some of this beautiful ribbon I got from Michael's last year for 90% off. It's all pink and it's gorgeous. One of them is netting, like a netting. I don't know. And the other one is just they're both very glittery. I had to get out my little ladybug when I was done, but it was worth it because this bow is beautiful. So I'm just taking the 2 strips. I do the awareness ribbon and then pull it together, scrunch it in the center, and tie it off in the back. And then everybody knows me by now. Unless you're new here, of course, but I don't like the jute showing on my bows if it's not like a very farmhousey kind of thing. So right now I am dovetailing the ends, but then I'm going to take a piece of the solid pink one and I'm going to fold it into thirds, and then I'm going to wrap it around the center to cover the jute twine. Now with this one, what I wanted to do was I wanted to take the that piece that I'm using for the center to wrap it around the hoop so that you couldn't see like the back of the bow either, if that makes sense. But you'll see. Here I am doing my centerpiece thing. So I'm talking faster than my video is going. But anyways, you'll see. So what I do is I just wrap it around the hoop at the top and hot glue it into place that way. And then I'm just going to make some final adjustments on the lighting, and that'll be it for this one. So I did want to let you know that this piece and the next one are Pinterest inspired, but how gorgeous is this? Seriously, I think this is so stunning. And that ribbon, the bow, and the poinsettia with the mesh on it just goes perfectly. I think it's so beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. And now on to DIY number 3. So I'm going to take one of the smaller decor pieces and then these letters and one of the Christmas bells from Dollar Tree, and then this gorgeous pack of paper that I got from Michael's. It's a 6x6. So the first thing I'm going to do is I take all of the paper off, or as much of the paper off as I can get, and then I cover the bottom with that cork. Now I'm taking the terracotta paint in red clay, and I do end up covering the back of the letters as well. So I do all of the letters and all except for the bottom of that decor piece block. Then I take my letters and I'm just tracing it out on the paper and then cut it out. And then I finally found some of these purple glue sticks. These things are so awesome. So I'm just covering the entire letter, and then I am going to just place the paper on, and everything fits so nicely. I had to do very little sanding with my finger sander to get off the excess. There wasn't much excess. So while that's drying, I have this spool of wire. It's kind of a little stiff. It's pliable. It's workable. How's that? So I just cut off a piece that I thought would be big enough. And I am going to make like a shepherd's hook, if you will, for the bell. Now I'm just trying to determine how long I want it. So so I just kind of mess around with the wire until I get the shape that I'm looking for. And then once I get that, I'm just lining everything up to see where everything's going to go. And then I'm going to make a little dot where the wire is going to go into the little decor piece. And I'm going to take my little drill that I got from Hippo, and I am going to make that little hole. And once I have that hole made, I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue and a little bit of E6000, and I am just going to adhere everything to this piece of wood. I do have to hold it for a little bit, and I did end up having, because you're not supposed to mix those glues, and I know that, but I did anyway, and that was my bad. So I'm just taking a little bit of hot glue that I'll put around the bottom, and you're not even going to see it. So then I'm just going to hot glue the letters to the block as well. Then I'm taking some of that frosted, glittery, whatever you want to call it, greenery from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put some down on the base, and I also put a few little sprigs on the letters as well. And that's it for this one. Look how stinking adorable. Like, that paint color and that paper could not match better. I didn't realize it when I bought the paper, but how beautiful. I can't even. I think it's so adorable. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you for taking some precious time out of your day to spend with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a great big thumbs up for me. It really helps me out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll consider sticking around and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I will see you next time.